So, first of all, I will start a new game, and we decided that the start will be just after we skip the first cutscene. So, 3, 2, 1, go.
Woo!
Go! So this game is very recent because it was only released last year in 2017. So this is a new game, and so the speedrun is very young as well. Well, we have a lot of people who has already worked on the game, and well, oops, sorry. First of all, I will start to run all over the game, but the main problem is that Six, which is the main character of the game, has a stamina, so we need to manage it by. If I'm just holding a sprint button, the stamina will goes off really quickly. So what I do is all about pressing and releasing the sprint button. So that way I will have an average speed that I will be managed to handle on a better distance. So about the story, it's more like we discover the Six, which is a girl that is on her own, and this game is all about surviving and find a way to the exit. And to that, she will face some different enemies that you will discover during the speedrun. Start of the speed game is like hitboxes are really small, so it's very difficult to. You need to care a lot about being very close to any items or object that you will interact with. I have my lighter that I will use from time to time to just be sure I won't stay in the dark. But when you speedrun the game, most of the time you can just play without it. But I guess using the lighter is more comfortable for people. I mean, viewers to see what's happening. So as you can see, Six starts to be very tired when I have run too much. It's fine. What I will do is like doing multiple jumps. It's like if I do multiple jumps, I will run off stamina very quickly. But when I do that at some places, when I'm very sure that she will have time to recover, I have the possibility to have more speed, and it's completely fine. So we don't have a lot to say about the first chapter. It's more like a tutorial to know about how she moves and what to do with her. So if you have time for some donation, it's possible.
Hello. We don't have any donations right now, but we can obviously remind you that we're raising money for Save the Children here. And yeah, I hope that you keep donating so that I get something to read. Back to you.
So now, as you can see above, you have a first introduction to what we call the janitor. It won't be a lot of danger here, but it will appear more in the next chapter. You have like 5 chapters on the entire game, and so each chapter has a new monster, a new enemy to introduce. But the first chapter will be very peaceful. Oh, sorry. Normally you are supposed to pull the box to be closer to the lever to activate it, but it's completely possible to use the last time possible to jump, and so even if I didn't move at all the box, I'm able to reach the lever. So Six will start to be tired, but it's fine. So we'll use multiple jumps to grab some distance. Now we have some readers with the light. If I stay on the light, I will just basically die. But it's fine.
I think here casual, you're supposed to stay in the shadow of the bed and other objects in the front and not just walk around at the wall.
Yeah, normally you're supposed to be on the foreground to use to move on the room, but most of the time when you have a riddle like this, we will just move on the background. Normally you have this introduction to the janitor, but we notice that we can not care about the janitor and just move directly to the right room. So the game is more about very good graphics and not to say much for the moment about riddles. So here we go. We have 6 that have from time to time some hunger crises that I need to manage. Well, we don't have the choice and we are supposed to face them, but we can sometimes skip some hunger crises, and that's what I did just right now. It's like you have some area when she's supposed to have some crisis, but by holding the wall and just going back to the ground, I was able to dodge one crisis. You have another solution to skip the crisis, but it's very difficult. But we will talk about it later. So now that the crisis is gone, we can keep on moving. So that you played recently the game, so what is your feeling about it?
Oh, I thought it was pretty good. It had a really nice, moody and scary atmosphere, and I also really enjoyed the interpretation of the story aspect, so you don't really know what's going on in the end. I think the ending of the game leaves a lot of room for interpretation. However, I have to admit, at this very scene here, I think I died like 2 times because I wasn't sure of the perspective where I was at, and this was my greatest enemy during my casual playthrough of the game, that I sometimes didn't know which plane I was on. Otherwise, I thought the game was excellent.
Alright. Yeah, so it's all about 6 surviving on their own, so the game is really small when it comes to the story. So this is a kind of game when you let the player be free to have some interpretation about what is the story about. It's fine. So we'll use multiple jumps because I know that I will recover my stamina by climbing the drawers. Normally you're supposed to play the riddle differently, but just by using 2 drawers it was enough to solve it. I will fall. So basically here you are supposed to have a riddle with using charges to be able to reach the ground without dying. But what we do is that we will just fall, and while falling at the right hand, just before touching the ground, you have the game. You have reached a checkpoint. So what we do is just before touching the ground, using the menu to restart the checkpoint, and we're completely fine. So this is another riddle with the light, but we'll completely go moving by the background. So we have completely dodged the intended difficulty. And now it's not the end for the chapter 1.
I don't know, I think for those viewers who haven't played the game before, you might have noticed that the ground is moving in kind of a regular manner, and it took me until the very end of the game, until it's revealed where the game takes place, to figure out why, but I don't know if it is supposed to be implied sooner.
Well, that's true. You can notice it quickly or not, but we are on a boat, so from time to time you have some moves from right to end of the of the game, and well, it will have some consequences on some part of the game that we'll see later. So now this is chapter 2. This will be a chapter to introduce. Well, we will have some multiple times to face the janitor, and this is a very interesting part because the janitor is just basically blind, and so we have a lot of riddles to do based on the fact that we need to be not noticed by the sound and just not be too close to him. What I did right now is that we are not supposed to grab this key from the left. We are supposed to use this lever on the right to make a bed appear. So using the bed as a platform, we are able to reach the platform. But what we do is just passing by the left, and we are like be very close to the drawer, so we are able to use it as a ladder. It's a very delicate move, but it's fine.
Is this an okay time for me to read some donations?
Yeah, go for it if you want.
Alright, we had some generous people, so we have $20 from Tito with no comment, and $5 from Shigan saying, "Hey, yay GG, was this pink cap really professional from you?"
Alright. Shigan is a French speedrunner, so this is a private joke completely intended to me.
Okay, the donation also goes to your choice if you want to pick something specific.
So,
Any donation incentive you wanted to go to.
well, I have no idea right now, but
You take a look after the run. What
Oh,
is still
alright.
okay. Thanks. So this is a new phase of crisis from 6. You have another solution to escape the crisis, but it's very difficult and I don't know how to do it. Basically, if you instead of holding your arrows or your stick, if you do some little move like pressing at the multiple times the left or right arrow, instead of moving slowly, she will basically fall. And by falling, if you're able to use the falling animation when she's supposed to have the crisis, the falling animation will win over the crisis, and so you can be able to skip some crisis like this. Well, I'm not able to do the skip, so you have some people doing it, but it's more like a strategy from top 3, top 5 of the player, and I'm not.
I think speaking of top 3, isn't it that the top 3 are all sub 40 and then the 4th place is 41 time?
Yeah, basically we have currently 3 people that are able to do sub 40 on the game.
Shoutouts to Parhelion, shoutouts to Alyssa Minche, and shoutouts to
Hélices. No, not enough. So I was captured by the janitor, so now I'm free. The next part of the chapter will be all about playing hide and seek with the janitor. So this will be all about being very careful about not doing too much noise. So as you can see, the wooden ground will be my enemy during the game.
I hated this part.
Yeah, the music change starts to be stressful.
You just make it seem so easy.
Yeah, because when I do multiple jumps. Shh. fine. By doing multiple jumps, it's like I'm able to do a larger distance, and the fact that I'm doing multiple jumps in a row, I don't do that much noises, so it makes me able to burn all of my stamina, but in exchange I'm able to move faster and almost with discretion. So now I'm moving in the sea of shoes. So facing the janitor each time I have to is all about being very quiet and fast. And if I'm too close to him, he will catch me as well. Normally, when you play the game casually, you probably will tend to hide yourself on the box in the background. But being on the foreground right corner is completely fine as well.
This guy creeps me out, frankly.
Yeah, this is very good because the janitor is like well designed, and it can be stressed because of the atmosphere and the music as well. Let's go. Just want to reach the right part of the room. It's fine, not much to say for the moment.
Did you just skip a janitor event?
Did I? Not sure about it. No, it's fine.
I saw this in the list of the skips and then I wondered if it was intended like this or not.
My best ally on this chapter is the carpets, because whatever if I'm running or walking, as long as I'm on the carpets, I'm completely silent. So I can be very fast while doing no noise at all. So here is one part we were talking about. We are on the boat, so the boat is moving from right and left. So we have some consequences on this piano that I will try to get. And normally it's a good cycle, so it's fine. But sometimes you can completely be messed up, and you need to wait a complete cycle of the piano moving from left to right before being able to move on it. So I'm supposed to wait, but I directly jumped next to the janitor, but because I landed on the carpet, it was completely fine. So this could be completely faster than expected when you play the game casually. I need this level to go to the next part of the level.
Would this be an okay time for some donations?
Yes, if you
Okay.
want, go for it.
I have a $10 donation from Jahibi with no comment, and a $15 donation from Dave46 saying, Little Nightmares 3 Spooky 5 Me. Good luck to the runner. And another $50 donation from Anonymous, although I think it's Elcar because it says, here are $10 for every arrow I missed during the proving. I will do better next time.
All right. So let's see if I have a good cycle. Well, it's fine. Even if I need to wait a bit.
I think I also missed the piano a few times because of the viewing angle.
Oh. So we have a cart here that we need to pull because we need to use it as a platform to reach to open the door. Parion recently made a strategy so we don't have to move too much around the cart to pull and push it, but it's very complicated because it's basically using the fact that the boat is moving right and left. So at the precise timing, using the fact that the boat is moving to the right to help the cart move on its own. But well, it's very complicated to do it for real on the speedrun. It's experimental for the moment.
Not marathon safe.
Not at all. So now let's see, this will be a very big optimization of the game, but I will focus first. Okay. Fast, fast. No, I wasn't able to. At least I skipped one cycle. Alright.
Nice.
So, well, let's explain what happened. I was close enough to the janitor, so he tried to catch me, but it wasn't able to because I dodged it at the last moment. What happened is that because of that, the game is thinking that you died because you're caught, but in fact you're still alive. So the game has a bit of lack of reaction, and we are using this lack of reaction to rush to the right part of the room, and so we have time to be able to break the cage without waiting for the long cycles. Normally, if the skip is done very quickly, you are able to break the two parts of the cage, but I was only able to be quick enough for the first part, but not the second one. Now we are on the chapter 3, which is all about kitchens. It's a nightmare, well, as a casual player and as a speedrunner, because you have a lot of stuff to do here to be fast. Let's see.
You could say it's a little nightmare.
Yeah.
Haha.
Here's another time for a crisis. Not much to say, you know the drill. But if you paid attention, the more you advance to the chapters, the more the food starts to be really different for 6. At the beginning it was fine with the bread, but now the food starts to be a little more strange. Well, it's all about surviving, so why not? So now I need to move a bit, and I will enter the terrible kitchens.
I think the upcoming enemies are probably the best known from the promotional material. So the two chefs.
Yeah, probably the main part of the trailers when Little Nightmares was announced. So, let's go. Hello.
Sorry.
What I did is my own setup. It's like I was rushing first toward him, and at the last moment I slide under the table. So he was basically looking for me using his arms under the table, and so by doing this animation especially, I had time to rush to the right part of the room, and well, it's not the fastest strat to do here, but it's a safe one. Did you have anything to say?
I just want to say that I really like the musical motive of the chefs. It's very describing of their nature, like fat and slow with the, I don't know if it's a bassoon or a sousaphone, but I thought the musician nailed it at this specific.
Well, it's completely stressful when you play it casually because when the cook is noticing you, the music completely stops and it starts to be very like you know that an enemy is approaching you. Okay, normally there is a way to be faster on this part, so it's all about being very fast about grabbing the key and moving out of the room. If you're fast enough, you can completely run during the whole the entire time without the cook noticing you. Well. There are more stuff to do, and the most interesting is, well, right out of some sausage part, and after that there will be interesting skips to do. So now I need to grab some hams and being able to guiding them to the trap. Well, not trap, well. I need to use a machine to change these hams onto sausages. So the first part is all about guiding the hams to the machine. These hams are big, but the fact is that their hitboxes are very small, so it's very difficult to use them correctly. So it's very painful to try to be fast grabbing them. Okay. So next, let's go for sausages. So 2.5 sausages are enough to reach the exit of the room, and well, if I want to be sure I won't miss it, I need to be like more generous for the last half of the sausage. So here is interesting stuff coming. We are supposed to play hide and seek with the cook here, but instead I will completely face him. Try to be very fast to reach the elevator. Okay. Okay, let's go. So, what we did here is by using instead, well, the cook was able to catch me, but I used a slide with a precise angle, something like a 45-degree angle. And so it was the same that what happens against the janitor. The cook was believing that he caught me, but that wasn't the case. So I used his lack of reaction to once again be able to reach the elevator. Okay. Close one, it's fine. Normally, the casual way we are supposed to... We are supposed to use the entire room to be able to make the cook move away, so we are completely free to grab the key. But this is well, risky but faster optimization.
So you made use of the grabbing animation again there. Use the time it took for the animation to play and so you could escape.
Yeah, this one was particular because if I wanted to be successful, I need to wait precisely that the cook will running around the table to be completely safe. So he will do the complete circle of the table. So it allows me to have enough time to move with the key. So here is one of the most visual time save. So let's see. No, too late. Nope. No, don't fall. Ah. Come on. No,
You got this.
Let's focus. Ah.
That's my man.
Ah.
You got this.
Here we go.
I told you.
Okay.
So, well, not yet. I need to still grab the hook. Oh. Okay, here we go. So, normally, you have a big room when you need to activate a lever to reverse the rotation of the hooks, and so using the hooks to get out of the room. But what we did is like the hooks, the chain of the hooks are communicating. So just by going from left, I was able to directly be transported to the right. The main issue to do that is that you have a wall that you are unable normally to pass. And what we did is using a specific property of the game. It's when I use the action button, so it will allow me to grab any items or using levers or something like that. What I did especially is that when you press the action button, 6 will move a bit on their own to be able to be closer to any items and so being able to catch it. So using this special property of the game, all I wanted was to jump at the right moment and at the very last moment using the action button to make 6 being able to grab the hook and at the same time pass through the wall.
So Yeji, I think this is an excellent time for a selfie right here because you just have to climb up. So if we just line up together.
Oh God.
Are you
All
there?
right, thanks.
Hi. All right, thank you.
Would this also be a good time for some donations?
Yes, do it if you want.
We have a $10 donation from Rawrier saying, "Good morning from Denmark. Best of luck to all the runners. Lots of good runs lined up. Can't wait to see everyone go fast." And a $15 donation from Anonymous saying, "Always love seeing spookier games being run. Good luck outrunning big people and fighting your stomach pangs."
It took me until this moment to realize that we were on a boat when I played it casually, by the way. So.
Well, you have some clues when you can see the game moving from left to right, but it's completely obvious on this chapter. So now we have reached a chapter named The Reception. So what we did earlier was to move from the kitchen when you have some made food, and we have reached the floor when you have people just basically eating all of the food. Actually, this part is like the boring part of the speedrun because you don't have a lot of optimization to do. It could be complicated as a casual player because you can die because you don't know the game, but once you have played this chapter twice or multiple times, it's completely enough to be out of this without dying once. Okay. So you don't have a lot to say here, so if you have some donation, please go on.
Those donations I read were the last one I had, unfortunately, but I will gladly remind everyone again that we're raising money for Save the Children, and we're supported by a lot of sponsors like the city of Malmö, for example.
Has this happened before?
No.
Believe it or not.
It's like I got some troubles with my fingers. Well, except that, the run was quite good. Whatever.
I think casually I died a few times at this point because I didn't really recognize where I had to root and on the table. And I was grabbed by the fat people.
Well, the run was almost deathless, but looks like I'm done. So now I will have a big guy rushing towards me. Normally I'm supposed to... Oop. Let's go.
Nice.
Okay. I'm out. And now is another part with the cook. You know the drill now. Here we go.
Isn't that you have to be careful that the cook is out far enough of the elevator, because if you rush through him too early, then the elevator won't trigger because the cook is still inside.
Yeah, I need to wait a bit because if I'm too fast, I might be able to escape the cook. But if the cook isn't out of the elevator won't allow me to go to the other floor.
Really won't be.
Someone won't hit anymore. So now we have a new crisis, and after that chapter 4 will be done. And now I have a little gnome like offering me some sausage.
Oh, how cute! He's offering you the sausage. Oh my god!
Yumi.
I'm scared.
Normally, these little gnomes are part of the 100% completion. When you want to do the full part of the game, you need to light some candles, you need to find and break some statues, little statues, and you need to hug some little gnomes. Well, this one won't hug me anymore, but well, happens. So let's go. We are close to the end. This is chapter 5. We will basically face the mistress of the boat.
I think because we skipped it earlier in the run, or yeah, you skipped it. There's at the beginning a cutscene where Six dreams of the woman who we are about to face.
We will have the same trouble here as we did with the janitor. It's like we are supposed to be very silent because we are walking on the wooden ground. And if I do any noise, she will notice me, and it's done. So I need to grab a key. So now let's go to the end.
Notice how the mirror is broken.
Yeah. Seven years of cures, right? So I need to be very careful on this part because I need to run because the mistress will be after me, and if I don't have my full stamina, it's completely over. On this part, I don't need to care about the stamina anymore. She will be completely tired. So all I need to do now is do multiple jumps to be faster. Alright, now it's time to face what's supposed to be the mother of Six.
How is it?
This part is completely scripted, like the appearance of the lady is based on sometimes she has completely scripted position. Some of the time it will be positioned depending of my own position. At some time she will automatically appear behind my back. Close to the end. I see the timer.
Get ready to press the button.
Yes. Timer will be when the mirror will break. This will be the last time I will hit the lady with the mirror. So it's very soon.
Last one.
Yes, last one. So time.
There we go.
Woo!
Good run.
Nice one.
Yeah, good one. It was almost deathless, but I was stupid. So, well, stupid of French. It's the same. So now is the last part when we have a new crisis. This time the food will be very different.
Yeah, of course, you're French. You're speedrunning the game because of all the food that you get in there.
Yes. So that was Little Nightmares. So I hope you enjoy the speedrun. And so next will be Cube 2, the race. Let's alone and let's go. So thanks everyone and have a good day.